Well, hi and welcome to my shop here. Today I'm going to be going another step with this radio, but at this point I'm not even sure what that step is going to be. So I've done tested the tubes. The tubes are okay. Played the radio. It didn't seem to work, but we're going to do that again. We're going to play this radio again and see if we can get anything out of it before I go too much further. It's still loaded with its original capacitors, except for a couple that have been changed by somebody before me. And just as a reminder, it has two of these capacitors kind of jammed into it, assumably to replace the original, which is probably a pretty good assumption. So this is the antenna and ground wire. I've double checked these to see which one's the ground. This is the ground wire here. It goes to the B minus line in the radio. So we're going to be hooking up the signal generator here. I might as well do it right now. It's going to hook up there, but just because I like to feel better, I'll put a capacitor in here. There already is a capacitor in the line here, but I'm going to put another one in because I can see this one. Okay, so that's going to feed a signal. Oops, a very, very strong signal into the radio, and otherwise the radio has no antenna. Let's see now, can you see the frequency we're at here is, let's put it up a little higher, like around, let's say around 700. Why don't we go towards the middle? And my favorite number, I can't get there, 1 million, very close to 1 million. Let's go there. That's going to mean the capacitor about half open here, which is kind of where it is. Okay. What can you do? There we go. Since there's clearly been some changes made to this radio, this tube and who knows what else, these capacitors, without a schematic, it's a little bit of anxiety working on this radio. As if any of us needs more anxiety these days. Now, I think that was the result last time. 0 was the result, but when I touched this grid cap, something came out of it. Let's try that again. So I think its operation is the very same as it was last time I checked it. So this time we're gonna pump in a stronger signal here. Let's see if we can hear it. There's just nothing coming through here at all. More power. Okay, so I'm blasting a stupidly strong signal into the antenna of this radio now. Volume's up full. It's complete 0. So that suggests to me, I'm just going to switch it off here and tip it up. That suggests to me that one of these tubes is not getting its B+. I did touch the that grid cap, and something came out of the speaker. It also had, yeah, wires here. Oh boy, there's definitely some scary elements to this radio. So one of the things I don't know for sure is these buttons. Well, let's turn the radio back on. So a lot of them have stations on them. That's kind of obvious. One of them has no station on it. It's this last one here. Does it look any different from the others? Nope, it's the very same. So yes, Peanut, I hear you. Come on, guy. You know, there was snow on the ground this morning when I got up here, and cats have seen it, but still they want to go outside. My gosh. Just by the way, the antenna where it comes in on this radio, on these two wires, goes to this terminal, this terminal, and this terminal here, and then after that immediately there's a capacitor on both legs. And so one of these capacitors is on the ground leg, which is going to the B minus, which is the shock hazard, if you like, wire. Not sure which one of these. I think I am sure it's this one. So if this guy is defective, you can get quite a whack off the end of this wire here under certain circumstances. And even if it's in good shape, you can get a small, I wouldn't say whack, you get a kind of a shock off it. Well, you know what we could do here? We could start signal tracing and see how far into the radio we can follow the signal that's certainly on the end of this wire. Why don't we try that? What do you say, Peanut? Oh, both cats are there now. Now they're ganging up on me. Okay. What we'll do... try the signal tracer. Now the ground, the signal tracer should be connected to the B minus directly. I already have a ground on this radio. That's this one here. I have to be very careful about putting two identical grounds in two different places on a radio like this. So I'm gonna remove this ground, and we want this to be right on B minus. B minus to me is this spot. Now how do I know for sure I've got it? The best way is to trace a wire right back to a known point in the radio where there can be no doubt about what it is. And I'm trying to do that right now. That's one way to do it. What's another way? What is another way? Well, we got to know this is heading either to the chassis or B minus, and I've visually seen that it comes to here, and then on the other side is what I believe is B minus. So we're going to hook this up. Because of the way my shop is set up, I have a isolation transformer that's powering the piece here. I can actually connect this single ground to any location in the radio I like, anything, right on B plus, anywhere. I can put one in. Am I kidding myself? I'm going to use a smaller clip lead here with a little more safety. I'm going to go on what I'm pretty sure is the B minus. I don't want this. Interestingly enough, the center terminal of this strip here I'm fooling around with is right onto the chassis. I don't want to short this. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, anything happen? No. You might have heard something in the video sound. You might have heard a little bit of discharging, but I don't want that to fall into the radio. That's the next problem here. So I can't guarantee it won't while I'm working. Put a little bit of tape on it here. There, don't have to keep an eye on it so much. This is really lousy tape. Good enough for that. I'm not hanging it over here either. Okay, now you want to poke around in the radio. Let me just move the radio over a little bit here. So we're going to start up at the right at the antenna. So I want my signal tracer to be set for picking up a radio signal. This is basically a radio. This signal tracer, a particular kind of radio. So we want to set it to RF, and we want it to be on band B, which is the radio band, and then we want to tune it right around a million where the signal generator is. So let's find that now. It's not hearing it yet. No. This may not work all that well because I don't have this ground wire connected just yet. Just hang there, please. Okay, so that's coming out of my tracer. So what we can do, I'm gonna hook up this ground wire before we do anything more. But I can set my signal tracer here such that the strength of the signal it's listening to right now will just close the eye. And then as I move the probe through, I can look at the eye and get a relative indication as to whether things are getting stronger or weaker. At the same time, I have an independent volume control over here to control the speaker level on this guy. So I have an input attenuator and a speaker volume control. Not to confuse those two things. So let's put this other ground wire on. Should not be a concern, except for how to do it without getting into a bit of trouble. I'm also going to turn down the strength on the signal generator here while I'm doing this, because I don't know, because it was set pretty high. So this needs to go on the same spot up here. What about where I taped it? Yeah, let's rearrange this. Bring this over here. This might not be a good idea. Let's see. So I heard that click. I'm thinking it's coming from this, you know. Okay, we'll try to cover this up a little bit. Will it hang here? Yeah, I think that's okay. Good. Let's play the radio volume up. Oh my gosh, sounds just like a radio. Where did that come from? Wait a second. This was silent earlier. Yeah, fixed it. Okay, that's the end of the video. All done. Oh my gosh. Pretty good signal coming in. I should pick it up. Gets quieter and quieter up here. Oh, peanut, please. Let's go down here. Okay, in this spot, we'll try and vary the signal generator and see if I can get it to come through on the radio. And the radio capacitor is I don't know, 900 maybe, something like that. Let's give it a little more. So that's a bad spot because my band change on my signal generator is right there at 900. Nothing whatsoever. Let me tune this downwards. Quiet spot there. Okay, and give it. This is all this guy's got. He's giving him everything. $700 to $800, $900. Funny, it's got noise coming through it, but not the signal. Well, let's just go up from 900. We'll go down. Wait a minute. Go down from. Oh my gosh. Holy smokes. $17. Well, what did I do with the capacitor? Well, I don't know what to think of that. I mean, the radio is tuned down around 800 and it's picking up a signal at 17. How does that happen? Because I'm totally confused and I've got the radio tuned at the high end and I think it's tuned at the low end. How can that be? I'll tune it to the other end. This is capacitor open. That's a mystery. Something to do with the button. There's one button pushed. Maybe the button that's pushed is taken over and the radio's... No, I can hear the radio tuning. Wait a minute. Wait one, cotton pick a minute here. Let's go back here. Push a button. Aha! Aha! So the unnamed button here is the one that turns on the VFO. Sure. Okay, so I know that now. The VFO button. Oh, you know how this could be on 1700? Because I've got this switch to shortwave. Maybe that's the case. Okay, let me get the radio here. Okay, here's the front of the radio. It doesn't say what they are. Interestingly enough, look at this. So I think I was on the wrong band because I thought I was tuned in this area. That must have been tuned on the short wave, and it goes down right to the start of the broadcast band. Goes up. That's the classic police band from the 30s. So that's what happened there. So all this time I've been on the wrong band. Okay, let's flip it. Let's flip it to the other band here. Suddenly the radio is going to come to life. Band switch. Okay. Now for an antenna we've got a signal generator. Let me turn down the signal. And where are we tuned here? We'll tune to the middle and probably find the signal generator. It's at 990 right now. Hey, where'd it go? Come on, don't make a fool of me here. Okay, we'll hunt it the other way. So the radio's tuned to who knows where, something like 700 maybe. 700, and we're on not the strongest signal here. $700. Stronger. Strongest. AM band not working, shortwave band is working. Is that where we're at here? Okay, I'm going to try to switch the band switch again. That's not the band switch, this one is. Okay, so now we think this might be shortwave. Shortwave band in the middle is 2.6. I'm going to turn the dial here. So that would supposedly be around 2.6 there. Really? 2.6. So it's a very strong signal pumped right into the antenna. So its reception is very weak. But it's there. That makes me a lot happier. Just to be sure, tune the radio. Yeah. Now what can we do with this right now? So we now know this is the shortwave band. We can mess around with the IF transformers. We could do that in a more controlled way. How am I going to lay this down with these wires here? I'm going to shut it off briefly. Everything's back to normal. The IF cans have capacitors in them. Power on, power on, power on, power on. So the first thing I'm going to do is just twiddle with them a little bit and see if they're way out or not. I'm not going to try to do an alignment. It's just like a sensitivity sort of study here. And I'm trying to discover if one of my predecessors has monkeyed around with this. A little more there. No, I don't think these have been monkeyed around with. Oh, the last one. Let's see the screw heads in that can, and you look at the other can, one screw head, and I don't know what that other thing is. I don't know what that is. Got a wee bit more volume out of that. I hear you, Peanut. So there's an adjustment here. It looks like it's for the antenna, but I can't be sure. And there's a whole whack of adjustments underneath for all the buttons. Only this? Oh my gosh. Maybe this has had a whack. Knock it loose. How about that? That was good. Who needs instructions? Now, we're on the short wave. Let's go back to AM and see if we can get anything on the AM band yet. Whoa. Ooh, what's that? Sounds like a short in the plates. Okay, stay above there for now. I'm going to try sending another signal in here because I'm just unconvinced about the situation. So we're tuned to roughly 750 or so. No. Nothing at all. It's interesting. There's nothing on this band. So, something curious sticking out the back here. I don't know what that is yet. Gotta be some more things to twiddle. Are all these for these buttons? Well, let's see. Forgetting this one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 station buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Suspiciously, there are 10 of those. It's possible there's one for the low end and one for the high end of every band. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense what I just said. Why would there be 2 for every button? Let's pick a button. Pick a button. Pick one that's got some noise. There we are. Sounds it. Oscillator for sure. So there's no trimming in here. There's something right here. I don't see anything else. Let's put it back on the VFO. Interestingly enough, these capacitors are in this way and that way, all the way along. Follow that antenna signal through the radio. That's my original intention, to do that. Let's go back to doing that. So we're at 750 on the signal generator. I'll tune this guy to around 750. Okay, should be able to hear it. Loud signal. Did I say loud? About half closing the eye, but we can also hear the sound. So we'll just start following it along now. So this is the first stopping point right here. Ooh, that didn't sound too good. Pretty sure that's the first. How can it sound so different than this? That's the end of the same wire. Well, it must not be. It must be something else. Like, you know, it's bizarre. I can see it clearly going to this terminal. Ha. Ha, I got it backwards in here somehow. Okay, so maybe I've been, now what are we hearing? We're hearing the tracer can pick it up across here. Now I convinced myself this was the ground wire, the one with the knot, and you'd think somebody would tie a knot in the wire that's the antenna. Just repeat what I did this morning. Just want to power the radio off. Resistance to first of all, okay, so the knotted black wire goes here. I did get it backwards. The knotted black wire goes here. Now what is here? Is this the B minus? So shell B minus is this thing right here. So we'll go up here. You say, what are you? What are you? Neither. Okay, let's go here. Better spot. There's a 0. That's definitely B minus, where I got the yellow clip lead. I succeeded in that. Now the question is, which of these wires? So this one comes through this capacitor to here. B minus. So the lighter wire is the ground wire. Duh. The other wire is a signal wire. Maybe that explains why I've had such a hard time with this. And somehow this morning I convinced myself of the opposite. Okay. So we'll try this the other way around. This goes here. Turn this down because maybe I've got it on the right thing. Power up. Volume down. Getting ready for a loud sound here. Of course, the radio is probably not tuned to the signal generator exactly. Okay, volume up here. Still pretty quiet. There it comes. Okay, hunt around for the signal generator. Definitely a short in the capacitor there. Still not showing its face. Showing its voice. Okay, tune it to this spot, mid-band, about 900. That's not good. Gotta go down a little lower. Try right there. Strong, strong, strong signal. Well, that sure took a while. But there it is. Okay, what can we do about that now? Well, I've got nothing really to adjust. Just that one trimmer up here. So I think I found where the weakness is. So what's happened here is I've kind of made sure the IF isn't way out of whack. It seems to be okay, and we are now listening to a signal through the AM, and it just sounds like crap, and it's a fairly strong signal. And there's nothing else to adjust. What else can I adjust in here? I must be missing something. Let's try that guy on the back here. This mysterious thing on the back. This thing here. It's definitely a capacitor. So I'd say that's the antenna tuning. Well, you know what it is from here, of course. Of course. Capacitors. Okay, so I think from here now, I got the radio working a little bit. I can start doing capacitors. We know essentially the whole radio is here. Probably knock these capacitors out. Probably at some point the signal strength will go way up. We'll do them one at a time and see if we can't bring the whole thing back to life. Probably, yeah. Okay. Gonna go think about all this.